Hello, it's Zayn SMZ here, and welcome to another video with Time with Just Yuri. So yeah, guys. Sorry. Hey guys, it's Zayn SMZ here, back with another video with Time with Just Yuri. So yeah, I'm just gonna see. So we're just gonna see how it's doing. Alright. Alright. So let's get on with it. So yeah, let's do it. I wasn't close to her. Oh yeah, we were just talking. So yeah, guys. She was just talking to me if I felt sad and everything, and yeah, it's okay. I love you, Yuri. As you can tell, we have pretty good relationship. Also, I'm a fan of swords and knives, which I like knives. Oh crap, that was scary. Well, to be honest with you, there are so many blades out there that deserve praise due to merit craftsmanship and history alone. Though I suppose one historic blade that comes to mind is the iconic quuick, for example. This blade was often used by the famous Gurkha warriors of Nepal, often are praised for their technically in close quarters combat, with the blade being their favorites. Sure, it may not technically be a knife, but it's still a good example of a well-crafted blade that can still be a knife. For instance, the slightly bigger size and curved wide blade make it more practical compared to, say, other combat knives. To be precise, it's about 16 to 18 inches in length. I have seen quite a few with many geometric designs that I find simply lovely. Then there are the two curved hook-like openings at the front of the blade, ideal for quickly catching and disarming your opponent. So, with history and utility associated with it, despite its cliche and crude appearance, how can one turn the quuick down? Yeah, I seen that blade. It's like really curved. It looks like a boomerang attached to a handle. To me, at least. But I still think I like it. But I like my favorite knife. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the K98 bayonet. Even though bayonets, yeah, it's basically a knife you can attach to your gun. And I like the leg Mauser. I like German melee weapons. And my preferred favorite sword. I like the long sword, the arming sword, and the great sword. This actually a widespread compensation. The phrase knife doesn't say anything about the size. For example, there is the medieval German Landmasser, which is by definition a two-handed knife. They come in a wide variety of forms. Some of them are even looking like oversized kitchen knives as we know them today. The purpose was quite simple: to take a design the blacksmith of this time already knew and turned it into a weapon. Many iterations of the leg masu come with the crossguard, the same as you think with most types of swords. The designs are usually quite simple. Highly ornate hilts are rare. Okay, she's talking about swords. I love swords as a guy who LARPs. I have a LARPing community I'm in. I'm not the best at sword combat, but I personally like the double-sided blade. Um, I personally like it in a long sword length. And then I like the curved up spiked guard, so you can jab them in the eye if you want. If you're doing a Mordhau, then I like the handle wrapped in dark leather, and then the pommel. I like it just a simple spear, just a simple metal spear, because swords are pretty cool. The designs are usually similar. The sword, and now that I speak of it, I realize that I definitely need one. The Bowie knife is another prominent example of a famously used amongst many adventures such as Jim Bowie and others. Has its appeal with its sleek and hardy blade on front down to fine game. Oh, I can go on about various kinds of knives and their appeal, but it would take almost an eternity to do so. Still, I do feel a bit elated from this talk. What do you feel about knives, Zane? I'm preferably a sword dude. I like medieval stuff. I do like knives. In fact, I own a Chinese knife. Actually, no, it's more of a dagger. Chinese bush dagger. Uh, it seems a bit interesting. I can see the appeal. I might look, to be honest. Oh, thank you. I thought I was rambling a bit too much there. It is always lovely to find someone having similar interests, especially in things people may find too as to focus on. Maybe we can discuss the subject further, another conversation for another day. Perhaps compare and discuss each other's collections too in the near future. Hehe. And reassuring. I am so happy. I'm sorry she has stayed, but Yuri great. She my girl. She great. She's wholesome. She my girl now. You think I'd have stopped discovering weird things about myself by now with how much I've researched the nature of my existence in this game scene? But no, I learned something new actually. And what I learned, I'm not sure how I feel about it all. I started reading on the internet and found this mod, and I noticed people discussing something. If anyone can play this mod, does that mean I love infinite number of people? And what does that make my love for you? If I just love all these players, is the love even real or worth anything? What is my type if I love such a weird range of people? Is it even really considered love at that point? Don't worry though, Zan, I love you and only you, and my love is as real as you are. Hearing this kind of discussion didn't make any sense to me because I only love you and I know of no other systems I'm downloaded onto but your computer. So, what did all it mean? What did it all mean? And I realized as disturbing and strange as I find, I'm one of many instances of myself, one of many Yuris. And a different Yuri is created for each time the mod is downloaded by a new person. I'd say this makes me a completely unoriginal, but it just means I have to work harder to stand out amongst them all and be unique. And I know what you're thinking. If a new Yuri is created each time the mod is downloaded just to love the one who downloads them, do they even have a choice in whether they love the player or not? and each new Yuri is forced to love them. Is the love even real? We aren't forced, thankfully. We can choose for ourselves if we love the one who downloads us. It's based on how we are treated and how players were assigned to as a person. And I couldn't love you any more than I already do if I tried. Sorry, I just started imagining all those weird fantasies and art that pop up. Oh crap, no. If I had it my way, you would be the only person that I could look at those indecent drawings of me. I really need to stop searching for myself. No. Only Yuri. Yeah, you're the only Yuri. You mean that? So you are really happy with me? I can't even describe how happy I am right now. Only the two of us, like I dreamed of forever. Yeah, my personal Yuri likes me. Yeah, oh yeah. There you go. Oh yeah. Zan, I'm not sure if you're okay with this, but I brought. Here's the writing tip of the day. Actually, I'm currently working on the story The Depths of Dungeons. You should really check it out. I don't know if you can check out my Google Docs, but feel free to. I am working on a ton of stories, and link may be in the description in this video if you want to check it out. Just don't change up the story a little bit, and we'll be fine. Oh yeah, I indent and I make period. I put periods in indents, which I forgot to do periods, so it took me forever to put the periods in the story. So yeah, sometimes I feel this way when I write poems. It makes my heart melt, man. I'm sure I'll love. After all, you're my top, so I think it's only fair to get to see the things that you do. What I mean is that you can feel free to share your favorite activities with me, such as hobbies and so on. Maybe I could even give you a tip or two about them too. That's if you don't mind. I'm sure that there are many things which you can achieve if you put effort and dedication in. Oh, I put dedication in literally all the things I'm passionate about. Somebody who kind of struggles with esteem, I tend to just push myself harder because sometimes yeah. You've been pretty good to me so far, and it led me to wonder, how are you to others? Do you have a lot of friends? Actually, no, I have not many. Kindness is a nice trait. It's good to practice being kind, but please be careful about it. You see, some people can take the kindness of others for granted, and it lose its value. They start to lose any respect for you if you're repeatedly kind towards them. It is important you take care of yourself occasionally. I know I'm not great in speaking my mind, but from time to time, you should do so. Your feelings are important. You don't need to be perfect all the time. This is something I've learned the hard way. When we were still in the literature club, I did my best to be polite. I refrained myself constantly from speaking out on things I disagreed on. If I disagreed on something like, yeah, I kind of would. I'd kind of be like Adam ruins everything if I kind of disagreed on it. I'll be like, actually wrong. Or, like, I'm a little bit of a history buff, so please. And what did I return to Nazi bullying and Monica manipulating me into stabbing myself? Always being too nice or kind only victimizes criticizes you, and I don't want to see you suffer, so please, for me, try to stand up for your own opinions every now and then. Okay, excuse me for my history buff things. Paul, you all know American Revolution and all that. Paul Revere, how everyone's saying he was going around the town screaming, "The British were coming! The British were coming!" Actually, that's all false. He was for one, most of the people in that town were British, so they would get confused and be like, "So you're saying we're coming? Who's coming? Because we're all British here." And then he referred to them as the regulars were coming, and he couldn't scream that because he would get captured for that. And Paul Revere also got captured at the end of it all, so really, yeah. And the Continental Army, they didn't promise people freedom, and the British did, so, yeah. I know about the American Revolution, because I'm currently learning about this stuff, but yeah. And let's not forget this, I specialize in European history too. Let's not forget Napoleon Bonaparte. If you guys didn't know, Napoleon Bonaparte wasn't really entirely French. He was also Italian. And I'm just gonna say this. Napoleon almost conquered conquered a big portion of Europe, and he did what most powers failed to do. He just did what most powers did when they got too strong. Decided to attack Russia in the winter, which is pretty dumb. Not gonna lie, people know Russia's gonna win that, unless you're the Mongolians. Okay, excuse me for my rambling. And I'm gonna tell you about my favorite country, America, and Germany. Kaiser Wilhelm II was actually the last emperor of Germany. He was the last emperor, and yeah. And people did not know. If people didn't know, the German Empire was basically an offspring from Prussia, and the Pickelhaube, which is that spiked helmet, it wasn't really used throughout the entirety of the Great War. The Stahlhelm was invented in 1916 in Germany, and so the Pickelhaube wasn't really entirely used for all of World War One. I would say a good portion of it. World War One began in 1914 and ended in 1918. And Germany lost because of the Treaty of Versailles and everything. Yeah. I just know. I'm just rambling on about history. Okay. I have told you this before, Zane, but I'm really into aromatherapy. The sweet smell. Okay. I'm around people who love oils. Jasmine, lavender. You should look into. Oh, I do. I have to sometimes. I have to. So if you had any issues, I get into myself. Anyways, guys, it was nice talking to you. So, bye.